Guess what? It's Sunday, and my recording didn't record speech. Well, so here I was outside, and I was talking about how it wasn't very sunny today, and I was sort of disappointed. Then I started ranting on about how I'm sorry that I didn't do a vlog, but it was mostly because, well, I had a music thing. Anyways, so I couldn't make a vlog, but I made a vlog, but it didn't really work, so I redid it anyways. And that's pretty much all the things that I said there. Here's where I tell you that I accidentally curled my hair. Well, it wasn't accidental, I tried to do it, but I'm not a very good curler, so it didn't really work out, as you can see. So, I was wondering if you guys could give me any clues or suggestions or things that could help me out with the really bad curling on my hair. I said that this is where, well, at this part I mentioned about how that's the product of me attempting to curl hair, and it's not a very pretty sight. Here's where I talk about how one side's really flippy and the other one's really flat, because I did two different kinds of styles, well, while I was trying to curl. I don't really know how to curl hair, and so that's why I'm going to call these Michaela curls, because they're not really curls. And that nobody should really trust me with a curling iron. My dog agreed there, and that's why I heard him bark. Anyways, I go on to say that one, I should not be trusted with a curling iron. And two, I should never curl my bangs again. And also, no one should curl their bangs because they don't really work. Though I already knew this, but I decided, what could make it worse? And I decided curling bangs would make it worse. So I curled my bangs. Here's where my dog decided to start barking, so I had to look out and saw that there was a man walking across the street. He was sort of running though, and I think it might have been because of my dog barking. I had no glasses on, so I had to squint while looking. That's what that attractive face was. I then decided that I sort of looked like Annie and that I should sing a song from it because, well, it's Annie. The sun'll come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun. Just thinking about tomorrow. Tears away the cobwebs and the sorrow till there's none. When I'm stuck with a day that's gray and lonely, I just stick up my chin and grin and say, oh. Anyways, that's what happened there. And then I decided, well, I should shoot myself in the head. Here's where I showed you how I curled my hair and asked you if you could make any suggestions for me. It was a small size curling iron, and so I figured it would fit in my hair perfectly. The way I pulled it was I put it in my hair, and then I slid it down so that most of my hair was in there, and then I curled it up, like you use a curling iron. And so I waited there for a few seconds for it to curl, and, while it's curling iron, still curl. And on this side, I just kept it straight, and on the other side, here's where I got confused. Couldn't remember which side I did which on, and because I did two different ways of trying to curl my hair. And that's what happens when I curled it like that. Then I run my fingers through it and hope that it sort of makes everything better, but it doesn't. And that's what happens. Here's where I showed you how I curled my other side of the hair. I did it in a different way. That's where I pulled all my hair out because I did it wrong, and so I tried to do it again, but didn't let my hair go. And, well, it pulled. So anyways, I try again and I put it back in, and then that's where I showed you that I slid it down and then I started curling it the wrong way because that's how bad I am. And so I started curling it the right way and I tried to show you, but it didn't look like it really worked. And that's what happens. So it was really ugly and I was quite upset. But anyways, here's where I tried to show you with how I did it, but it doesn't really work and you can't really see it. Here's where I look like an idiot trying to show you how I'm holding the curling iron. I then decided the easiest way to show you would be with a Sharpie. So here's my demonstration. On that side, I used the Sharpie pointing upwards, or sideways like that. And then on the other side, I kept it straight up. That's pretty much how I did my hair, and that's what produced it. Anyways, or what was produced. I then show you here that I didn't do any of the back of my hair because I really couldn't reach it and was sort of discouraged by everything else. But it didn't do it. Here's where I say how I'm gonna wet my hair now and get it all out of it. Maybe have some ice cream, or maybe something else, and a biento. Here's where I showed you that I now have nice blue hair instead, and it's quite long after I washed it. And now I have no more curls, and I'm sort of sad. Here's where, well, I told you that instead of having ice cream, I got an apple. But then had quite a bit of difficulty trying to bite a piece off. But eventually I did. And then described that it was an apple. Because, you might not have known that it was an apple from the red thing. I then showed you a clip of my dog. She was trying to get up on the couch and she was a failure. I then said I'd see you next Wednesday and to please leave me comments about how to actually curl some hair. Here's where I said I was all back to normal, though it sort of looked like I have a mushroom cap on my head. That's where I paused for effect. And then I said, all back to normal. The really weird accent, sort of like that. And then I asked if I actually was normal, as with a, or am I? And then my dog sneezed. And as you can tell, that's where I questioned if I was actually normal. And then I started to cry.